So I get questions about once a week about, oh, how can I find jobs in China? Or I'm thinking about getting a job. Do I need a degree? Do I need this or this? So I'm going to spend this video talking about the kinds of schools and the kinds of paperwork you need to get to China. Now first, there are different requirements for different schools. So no matter what school you're looking at, going to university or whatever, be sure and ask somebody from the school what they require, what kind of requirements they have for their teachers. There's no kind of blanket requirements for teaching in China because they have so many different standards. You really want to be teaching at a university. That's the best of everything. University level students usually have better English. You have more chances to actually see them outside of class, and you'll also have a little more freedom in a university. To teach in a university here, you have to have a bachelor's degree or higher, preferably in something like English or the humanities. It would also really help to have a TESOL certificate or a TEFL certificate. This is a certificate that shows that you are certified to teach English to people who speak other languages. And that's not too hard to get. I'll put some links down below to some websites that you can look at, and it doesn't cost that much. It took me about 3 months and a couple of $100, and I was working full-time when I got it, so it's not too bad. Now, that's not a requirement for universities, but it's really, really good to have. It's going to be harder to find a job at a university without that certificate. And that's pretty much for any level of school. You're going to want to have a TESOL certificate or a TEFL certificate, even if you don't have a bachelor's degree. You're going to have to get one. It'll show that, hey, I'm serious about this teaching thing. This is what I want to do. Teaching at a university is really great because generally you'll get a free apartment, rent-free, furnished, and all of that. You get free internet, TV, maybe even a washing machine if you're lucky, a kitchen, blah, blah, blah. You'll get more chances to see your students. You get taken out to unbelievably nice dinners. At least I have. I've been to places I could not have imagined going to back home. It's really nice teaching at a university. Next down the line is high school. Now, to teach at a high school, you may not have to have that bachelor's degree, but you've got to have that TESOL certificate. You've got to have something that shows, hey, I'm serious about doing this. The problem, though, is you have to deal with parents and you have to deal with giving lots of homework and all that. If you don't give students enough homework, parents will complain. They'll say, hey, you're not giving my child enough homework. That's weird, huh? You can also teach in middle schools, elementary schools, kindergartens, whatever. And then there's something else, the private language school. And basically, these are after-school schools. These schools are for children of any age. They'll go to school during the day or whatever, and then after school is out, they go to school again to learn English. And they're funded by parents' tuitions and all that. And basically, these places are businesses. It's not really a school. I mean, of course, they, try to teach stuff, but really, it's a business. They want parents' money. And especially these kind of schools, you have to be really careful in how you research these places. And this is true for any school, university, high school, or whatever. But generally speaking, anything under a university, you've got to be really careful where you find your information, where you look for these jobs, what the name of the school is. And you've got to search the school on the internet, in expatriate forums, and teaching forums, and ESL forums. You've got to really do a lot of work to figure out if this school is legit and they're not going to cheat you, take your passport, or whatever. Because that happens. You can go on any number of websites and find just horrible stories about teachers who, are almost held hostage. Like, that sounds bad, but it's almost being held hostage. Say, we have your passport. Therefore you're going to do anything we want and you can't go home and blah, blah, blah. They'll overwork you, underpay you, and underappreciate you in all of this. So you've got to be real careful about what schools you're looking at. And that's the biggest piece of advice I can give you is just do your research. Don't take the first offer you get. I posted my resume and a few things on an ESL, Jobs website, and I got job offers within 24 hours. Offers, not just, hey, we're interested. No, they said, no, come to our school within 24 hours. They had not talked to me. They hadn't looked, I presume they hadn't even really looked at my resume. They hadn't like done anything. They just said, no, come to our school now. You don't want schools like that. You want a school that has rigid requirements, that you can find a website for, that you can find other people talking about. You want something that seems safe. Try to also never teach more than 20 hours a week, 16 or 20 hours. Don't do it, because you also have office hours that they will chain you to. You have meetings, and you've got just class prep time, English corners, or whatever the school is going to ask you to do. So, make sure to not stretch yourself too much, because this can be a tiring job. I hope this video didn't scare you off of teaching in China if you don't have a degree. China's a wonderful place to work. You got to be careful, because, business here is it's business. They don't necessarily care about you some of the time. So, you just got to be careful and find a school that really values you and appreciates you. So just be careful. That's all I can say. I can't really think of much else to talk about. I didn't really prepare any kind of script or anything. I just started talking. If I think of anything else, I'll put up another video. I'll put some links to the TESOL courses and to a few job hunting websites and all of that. If you like the video, like it, or subscribe to the channel. I've got videos all about China. I guess I'll see you next time. If you've got any questions, leave a comment or send it to my inbox, and we'll talk. That's it for the video. I guess I'll see y'all next time.